Okay, so this is for my assignment from my consultation. This is my client slash roomie Autumn. Okay, so we're gonna go through just some of your test results. So this is just showing your weight and your height, and then we contribute those and we calculate the BMI, which is at 28.4. So then when we go onto our BMI scale, we find 28.4. So you're sitting in between here. So that puts you at the overweight category, which means that you just have a higher increased risk of heart failure, type 2 diabetes, that kind of stuff. So we have to contribute your BMI and your waist circumference and put them together, and those two things combined is what really helps us figure out what your actual risk is.
Okay.
So calculating the waist circumference was 101. So we would go under for women. So 101, so you would be sitting in between here. So that puts you kind of at a very high risk and very close to an extremely high risk.
Okay.
So when we're creating a program, the idea is what we want to do is get you into obviously a lower risk, and we want to put you into a normal weight category. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, the two tools that I want to go through with you, just based on this information, is I want to go through the Fantastic Lifestyle Checklist. So what this does is it helps me kind of get a look at your lifestyle and some of your habits and your patterns and your perspective.
Okay.
So there's two sides of the sheet. So it's just going through and answering the questions as you feel. It's not something that you're graded on, so don't feel guilty if you whatever you put. Just be honest, and the more honest that you are in this, the better we can actually look at changing some lifestyle patterns and stuff. So you just go through it and you just mark the X, and then at the end we're just going to do a total score, and then on this sheet here we can just kind of evaluate that and go from there.
Okay,
perfect. So there's that for you. And then this one here is called the barriers of physical activity. So this sheet helps me understand what some of your barriers are around physical activity, and how we can work through that through your program, and how we can maybe adjust some things. So these kind of correlate with each other. Understanding your lifestyle and understanding those barriers are really important for me to help coach you through that. And then based on this information and what we find and what we talk about, then I want to set goals with you. So then we can maybe sit down and set some specific goals. And it doesn't just have to be physical fitness related. It could be just feeling better, having more energy, and just better mood and that kind of stuff. So yeah, these will help us get a start with that.
Sounds good.
Perfect. So I'll give you that. If you have questions, you can ask. And then really quickly, we're just going to go through the Canadian Food Guide. Did you ever, what the Canadian Food Guide is?
I do.
Yeah? Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to pull the Canadian Food Guide up here really quick. Okay, so basically the food guide, you have a pretty good understanding. It breaks it down into our four main categories, and then based on your age, your gender, that kind of stuff, it tells you how much of each you need. So the importance of it is basically to make sure that you're getting all your macro and micronutrients, that you're getting everything that you need in your daily values, which is really important for your overall health, for your mood. We know how important nutrition is for our body and what it does for us. So if with some of the risk factors that you have, because you are at higher risk, one of the things is maybe looking at the nutrients and how we can modify that. And this is a really good guide to use. And then, helping with obesity and type 2 diabetes and heart failure, any of that kind of stuff. So that's some of the stuff that you are at higher risk for. So we want to try to do as much as we can. And it's not just exercise, it's exercise and nutrition combined together that make the benefits. You can work out, but if you're still not changing your diet, you're not going to get the results that you necessarily want. And then same thing with diet, is a lot of people go on the fad diets, and then they're not getting their nutrients, and then they're not properly taking care of themselves, and they're essentially just doing more damage than good. So if we stick to the food guide and we create a healthy program, we can get you into a lower rating.
Sounds great.
Cool. Do you have any questions?
I don't. Not yet.
All right. Perfect. And that was the video.